Fantastic. Now I'm live. Okay, I clearly know what I'm doing. Pardon me, everything is not perfect. I don't know if my if I have audio, anything like that. I'm messing with the screen. I don't know if there's a delay. Just trying to, this is not an indication of future content. I've never, this is a, it's a brand new, can't think of the word, brand new camera, brand new, I've never live streamed before, so it's gonna be shaky. So, and then it switched, the camera switched. I'm used to seeing things one way and then the other, and then so that's throwing me off super bad. Just want to make sure everything is up. Okay. And then just to see, I'm just looking at my own phone to see if I'm live. I don't know if it'll show me, because YouTube won't let you subscribe to your own channel. So how am I supposed to know when my channel's live? How am I supposed to know when my videos come out? Okay, yeah, apparently YouTube says I'm live. Fantastic. And then this is something I will keep up for the time being. That's wild to just see. I'm looking at my phone like I don't realize I'm on camera here. Yeah, so what I'm doing, this is just, I had something arrive in the mail yesterday. I got it 2 days early. Took it out of the box. I wish I would have had this camera then, but I didn't. And then, yeah, this is just, I'm just testing out the software for the first time just to see how it goes. And with that in mind, I'm going to have, my phone will be on, so if you hear chimes or something like that, I apologize. It's just live. This is not me recording a video, so there might be extra sounds. I'll apologize for that in advance, just in case. And then, yeah, right now it's just after 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and just gonna do this for a while, see how it goes. And I will be leaving the shot shortly. Don't mind that. I'll be right back with you. I haven't gone anywhere. I'm just gonna grab what I need to, apparently YouTube gives me a little heart emoji, like when I'm at the show. And so what I do, this is, it's just a little black, it's a Post-it note, and then I just put some tape on it so it curls around the laptop to cover that up, so it does not cause additional eye strain. Super high tech. And then I have such a delay here. I'm used to seeing myself right away, so I don't know. I don't know how I'm coming off right now. It shows me a delay, and then somewhere it's, I don't know. It's one place I don't have a delay, one place I do. So this is going to be a little bit awkward to view. I'll get better from here. This is going to be the shakiest live stream you've probably ever seen. Okay. Oh, hooray! Folks are showing up. And see, I don't know what people's schedules are like. I don't know if what people do at this time of day. So it's like I realize I'm going live in the middle of the week. So it's, it's might not be a good time for everybody. I get that. It's just literally, I'm just doing this because I didn't know I was going to do this last night. I'm just doing it to try it out, and I just do things when it feels like the time's right, and it feels like the time's right. So I do have to grab what I'm going to be messing around with. So another pause. I'll be right back with you. And this thing is so heavy, so give me a minute. Oh my god. Oh, it weighs a ton. I'm gonna put it on the bathroom scale and weigh it. Not right now, but I need to weigh this thing to find out how much it weighs because this sucker is huge. Okay, see, and literally out of breath. It's warm today. It's I don't know what this is in English, but it's 24 degrees Celsius, which is perfect. It does put things on a bit of the warm side. So, oh, hello, Lisa. Hi. I'm going to be here for a minute. Oh, I might not get a chance to type it, everybody. As much as I would just like to sit here and talk at the chat room, I just, that's kind of not exactly the point. I was going to kind of just fiddle around with this and just kind of shoot the breeze. And then I got to readjust this on the side here. It covers up too much of the chat room. Okay, and much as I would like to just pop out the live chat and just read the chat room as if I'm at the show, I kind of do have to make sure I'm on camera and straightened up and things like that. And I do apologize. It shows for me like this border. It's got like a teal border. I can try to get rid of that in the future. It's not bothering me right now. They do have a purple option, but it turns absolutely everything purple. My eyes really can't handle that right now, as pretty as it is. So yeah, what happened was, if you're staying caught up with the channel, I released a video talking about the what's coming soon to the channel, and after the chat room stories, I am covering Dark Shadows, the TV show that began in 1966. And since yeah, this has something to do with that. I did record, I bought something. I had to take it out of the box and film myself doing that because of, I am going to kind of repeat what's in that video. It is a little bit long, but I'm going to be, oh man, it's got to be the worst in Florida. If it's, like, let's say it's 75 degrees Fahrenheit here, Florida's got to be like what, like 90, 95, plus they've got humidity in Florida, man, so they've got a lot to deal with. But getting back to what I was saying, I got to get the light just right, because I can barely see what I'm looking at. This is going to be the most awkward, disjointed, but it's got a box set of DVDs, and it's pricey. It is an investment, as much as I do try to, you know, tell folks to, you know, don't, nothing's getting cheaper anymore. Of course, people should live within their means. Don't be splurging unless you can afford it, but this is something I just had to have. I knew this was coming up in my future, and so I couldn't wait anymore. I kind of had a reason to buy it. No, I'm not saying exactly what it is. And what it is a very large box set. And it's set up in such a way that the spines, when you get them all in line, it looks like an image. So I would like to make that pretty for myself, because I've always been this type. I just nitpick. I just want things to look a certain way. So with any DVDs I've ever bought ever, if when they stick that slip of paper in there, if it's not perfectly aligned in the spine, I'll sit there and adjust it and adjust it and adjust it till it looks perfect, so I can put it up on my shelf and it's not crooked at all. And I've always done that. And then I get this box set, and it's like 22 discs, so it's I knew I was going to be doing this today no matter what, whether I was going to film it or not. So I was just going to be going through these and making sure all of the pictures line up. And it's kind of hard too, because it's like dark and it's red and then it's black on the front, so it's hard to see. I was going to be doing this anyway, and I happened to be going up to the store because it was a day to go to the store. I didn't want to. Whenever I don't want to go to the store and I force myself to, and I do anyway, something good happens. Did that. Was not even thinking about this. I was like, well, I'm gonna be doing this anyway. I need to upgrade the camera anyway. Might as well. Just headed back for the electronics, got it. And then apparently, I didn't know this till just now. Apparently you need software to go live on YouTube. So, okay, so download that real quick. And the way I do things now, if I haven't said before, changes happen so fast. So I'm just make split decisions and just decide to do something and run with it. And it turns out to be the right decision. So I don't think, oh no, am I gonna make the right decision? Is this gonna come back to bite me? And it doesn't. It really hasn't. All this year, since not even all this year, I really only started doing this in February, and it's April. No, it's May now. It's May 8th. So again, it's a lot of changes happening quickly, and how are stories peoply? I like that, but like, Lisa, are you still here? Can you expand on that? Because I think I know what it means. If you're still here, will you expand on that? I like where you're going with that. If you're going the way I'm thinking. Yeah, this is fantastic for me because I never lose my train of thought. Yeah, I wasn't planning on doing this. Oh yeah, changes happen fast. I wish I would have the change happen where I get my memory back fast, but that's, let's not go down that path. Yeah, that's going to be, I'll gripe about that in a video. That's its own separate issue. So yeah, as far as entertainment value, I don't know how much, stores. Oh, so sorry. Yeah, I have a perfect vision too, by the way. Yeah, if that's not obvious by my. There. See, that's why I go to the store early. I will, and then I live in a tourist town, and tourist season just started, like not even a week ago. So I'll go hella early to avoid. It's not even. I mean, like, yeah, I don't want to spend time in traffic. I hate to use the brake. I don't understand. I understand the reason for a brake in the car. I understand the reason for that pedal. I just hate to use it. I don't see why I can't just fly to wherever I need to go. And just actually today it was pretty cool because I kept getting all the green lights, which does happen. That's how you know you're in the right place at the right time. But I'm getting wildly off topic with that. Yeah, too many folks in stores, and then if you have a regular town, I don't know what that's like because we get, tourists, so it's it's just insane. We have this town is so easy to navigate, and then people get here and they act like it's the first time they've ever been behind a car driving on the right side of the road. They get so confused. Things are so easy to see, easily labeled. They've certainly cut down enough trees so you can see where everything is. So yeah, go to the store early just so I don't have to stand in line. I can get home, do things while it's quiet. And then like today, I got everything done in like an hour, which is fine. It's like I didn't want to drag it out just because I knew I was going to be on camera. And then I had to rest my eyes. Of course, this would happen today. It's like, it's been like, yeah, like 15 Celsius, kind of around there, 18 that. Today, it's like the warmest day it's been for days. And then the sun comes out bright. It's not a cloud in the sky. It's the prettiest blue sky. I didn't see blue skies for a lot of years. Got a blue sky in the morning. A pretty blue sky, sun shining right at me the whole time. And then to make it even easier to see, it rained last night. So everything's still wet. So the sun hits the wet ground and it reflects back at me. And it's like, great, I need to see and drive later. Thank you very much, Mr. Sun. And that's just my luck. I know that's right. That's enough people today. Oh, I've seen enough MFers for one day. If I see one more person, I'm going to scream. If you talk to me, hide your face. I'm sick of people. No. I know that's right. Yeah, I get, I'm not a people person. It's not my, nature to be able to communicate with other humans So, but I fake it really well, and I like just today when I went out to get the webcam, yeah, I really hate to bother people when they're working at stores. The last 4 years, they've got to do the work of like 5 or 6 people as it is. They've got no raises, they get no extra breaks. They've got it tough. So if I can find something in a store myself, I will. I know how it is. I will restock things, pull it front face it for you. I get it. I've been there. I know. This is something, again, I wanted to get it and out of there. I don't have the time. I needed a belt too. My belt was hurting my hip. That's another thing, but I won't get into that. I walk up, there's a lady, there's a guy. Go back to the guy, like, hey, can you help me find an item? I was like, oh, I'll help you if I can. Kind of had a sense of humor. And I'm like, yeah, can you help me find this? And I show it to him on my phone. I'm like, and I've got super dark mode on my phone. I show it to him. I'm like, apparently that's the price. I'm like, clearly I know what I'm doing. He's like, oh yeah, right, you've got the job. So yeah, the guy had a sense of humor, so that was fun. I don't know if I've done this just yet. But yeah, I just wanted to hurry up, get in and out of there. Found what I needed quick. Got it. And the way technology is nowadays, it's kind of, I hate to say idiot proof, but they have things set up in such a way that anybody can use anything. Depending on your age, your parents, your grandparents, your own age. If you've never used computers before, you can buy something, plug it in, get online, and it works. And there's no issue. Pardon me, I'm going to take a drink of water. Let me cover up the label. They don't need any business. They're doing fine. So yeah, guy helped me out, found what I needed real quick, got in and out in an hour, which is fabulous. And then it was the question of how long is it going to take for my eyes to stop hurting? Because what'll happen is, I do need to get new glasses. I know that. That's the next big thing. That's an issue. That'll happen. Gotta pay for that no matter. Can't put a belt on that. But anyway. Sorry, this one is. And then it becomes the issue of whether or not the paper was cut correctly. Staring down at what I'm doing. Like I don't know I'm live. And then yeah, crowded places. I don't know how people do it. I used to be able to go out. Like, I used to go to Cedar Point every year. We've got that close. I cannot see far away, no. And then I have, my last job was looking at 2 stupid bright monitors, 40 hours a week, and it messed with my hearing, but it killed so much of my vision. I'm getting, what happens now, like one eye is okay, but then the other one, I can't look at my phone much before noon. Like looking at the laptop, no, it's too much. But I can't, it's just because I can't look at my phone and be like, hey, I can read. And then literally maybe not even 5 minutes later, my one eye goes blurry. And then I've just got to lay there and rest it. And I can't look at anything. And just, I can't get any work done if I can't open my eyes. So that's no good. And it's, like, yeah, I'm looking at fewer screens, and I have been out of that place for a couple months now. But, like the eyes will heal themselves, but only so much. And then at my age, things are going to heal. They're going to heal slowly. And thanks to whoever smashed the like button. You're awesome. Thank you for that. This is, I did set this up for anybody to be able to watch. And it's so odd the way YouTube will recommend anything to anybody. But yeah, it's like, I thought, let me get a few months away, see what my eyes heal on their own, be careful with extra lights and all that, just what I can do. I've got like this light here so dark, you see what this is. I gotta do something for the background. I can't watch my own videos because they're too bright. I can watch it like once or twice, then I gotta take a pause, but, here coming up, definitely before the sun gets into Cancer, but here coming up, here the sun's in Taurus, definitely in Gemini. Get some new glasses, and then I am taking that Pearl capsules from Cultivate Elevate that I did review, and I have not noticed if it has helped my vision. It has been the tiniest little bit, but I do believe that once I do get the new glasses, my eyes adjust to them. If the pearl powder is going to help, that's when I'll really notice a difference. So, it's not knocking the product at all. It's just a me thing. And then these glasses are from September of 2016. I've had them for a minute, and I was also 20 pounds heavier, so that's why these are always sliding down, because I'm looking down, they slide down my nose, so that's why all the glasses touching. Hopefully that will stop in the future. Oh yeah, thanks for the likes. I've got it here. It's yeah, it's I literally, like, if I take my glasses off, I can't see. I can probably see down like half of my sleeve on my shirt, and the rest is blurs. And it's if you like Christmas lights, what you can do is just take your glasses off, and then everything just turns into like this wonderful blur of color. You don't have to do anything with your eyes, and like that's the only time not being able to see is fun. So you gotta take it where you can get it. Okay, and then if I do get off topic and you want me to like reiterate, go back to something, just say it. I literally have no long or short-term memory, so I forget things all the time. This is why I love the chat room. I don't have to remember anything at all. So if you want me to like, hey, go back and talk about this, like, just say it and I will. I honestly just cannot remember anything. Have I done that? I'm getting these out of order. Why is this crooked? Okay. And then if anybody does know what box set I'm messing with, or if you have seen a disc or something, you can say it. It's not going to be a secret forever. I don't know if this is on camera. And also, if I'm not like dead on, I do apologize. Let me see if I can see, because I'm looking at YouTube here so I can see the chat room, but then, okay, yeah, I'm off to the side. How am I gonna see when I go back to the what is this, the streaming software? I can see myself live. And let me shout out my equipment. It's a How to Read Egyptian Hieroglyphs by Mark Collier and Bill Manley. It's from 1998. I had this book in the past, and then I rebought it. And also the Richard Burton Diaries. It's this. Oh, I can't swear. It is that effing thick. It's like 800, 900 pages. It's so good. I want to be able to see so I can finish it. It's yeah, if you don't know who Richard Burton is, oh yeah, it's also, if like the audio, if the video, if something is screwy, you can say in the chat room. I will fix it. This is all just to test things out. Yeah, if you don't know who Richard Burton is, he was married to Elizabeth Taylor twice. Not going to talk about her. Honestly, what happened was I watched a I could get the name of it. It's a documentary type of thing about Richard Burton. It's maybe like an hour and a half long. And then I watched, it was like a two-parter interview on Dick Cavett that he did. Like, it must have been like, 2 nights in a row, an hour each. That was in the, like, 1977, let's say. I literally watched those two things. Like, hey, let me check this guy out. Tons of free movies on YouTube. Watched 4 in a row. Hooked. I've got movies now. I've got the book. Scorpio from Wales. Let me tell you this. I'll tell you. I'll probably put in a video later, but this is one of my favorite things about the guy. Never mind the. Well, no, this is gonna come up. Not a fella who was ever ill, kind of famous for never going to the doctor, was kind of proud of the fact, because considering when he was with Elizabeth Taylor, if you don't know anything about her, she was in and out of with doctors a lot. She was not a healthy person. but he was. So, cool, I never go to doctors, all this stuff like that. And then, unfortunately, he's no longer with us. If he was still alive, he'd be about 99, 98 years old. Imagine that. But anyway, he did, end up passing on, and he was like 60, which is, young. But the man was a drinker, so I'm thinking, oh no, was it his liver? Oh, let me look him up. Let me find out. And I forget exactly what he did. No, it was like a brain aneurysm, something like that. You can't plant that; just it happens. But before he died, he was there's no wrong way. Hello. And before he died, he was having health issues. So it's like, oh no, what was it? Because he's not the type to go to a doctor. Oh no, what could it have been? He was having issues with it was like his neck and then like the upper back shoulder type area, and then he was the type too. The drinkers are like this. They will not touch a pain pill to save their life. It's just I just maybe just too oil and water. Pill people are not drinkers, and drinkers are not pill people, and if they are, they don't live very long. It's being in a chair. I thought about getting contact lenses. I really thought about it. I really do. My glasses make my eyes look so beady. But anyway, so, he had the issues. He had, surgeries, didn't take pain pills for it. I don't understand that. It's like dude, you can stay home and trip. You can drink when you're not taking the pill. I don't know. But to get to the point was, I'm like, what did he do to himself? Like, what was he lifting? Was he in shape? Did not go to the hospital. Just he put on a bit of weight when he stopped drinking, but that happens. So okay, well let me just use my logic to what happened to this man. Richard Burton is a guy known for, pardon my language. I'm not going to get vulgar, but I'm going to get a little bit of the PG-13. The man is known for slaying pussy. Gets mad when you call him Dick. Super pissed off. It happens more than once in the book. If you call that man Dick, he's got a problem with you. But I digress. So what happened was, here's this guy known for getting with all the ladies. He gets the medical problem that takes him down, basically, is his neck and his shoulders. What could have caused it? I know what caused it was him holding himself up, humping all those ladies all those years. That's what did it to his back. And you can't tell me that's what caused it. You can't tell me, oh, he hurt himself doing this. Oh, he did that. He was on a movie set and this fell. No. That's not what happened. That man was just getting it so much. You got a degenerate just ate away. Try a different position maybe, but oh well, it's too late for that. That is my Richard Burton headcanon. If you think anything different, you're allowed to be wrong. But that's what happened. No one can tell me any different. And then if you don't care about the man's personal life, which with actors sometimes you kind of have to like the art and dislike the artist. Not with everybody, but with some folks. But if you don't care what he did outside of the when he wasn't on a film set, the man's a phenomenal actor. He's it's last I knew, this is on YouTube now. You can watch Beckett. It's so much fun to watch him playing a priest. Oh, here's a guy who never has sex with anybody. Or playing somebody who never has sex, and it's Richard Burton, who's like literally probably just got off of a lady, did the scene, and then jumped back on another one. Okay, yeah. Do you have one eye better than or worse than the other, you guys? That's what's happening to me, and I honestly think it's just because the way I had things set up, things were hitting my right eye more. That's why it's not that as good, or that's why it's the one that will go weak. And I'm right-handed, so I aim with my right eye. It's not so bad that I still don't do things. Don't get me wrong. It's not gonna slow me down in the slightest. It's what was really fun was before I got these glasses, because getting a little bit personal. I don't know, maybe it shows. But before, I do have kind of I hate to toot my own horn. I'm not this kind of person, but great story. Lisa. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm getting it together with my weight. I've never been this small in front of the Franklies. I had gotten my weight down to where I wanted it in about 2012. And then about the beginning of 2014, I kind of got off of the rails and I got a bit more weight on, but I'm got it back down. You guys have never seen me this size, so I'm getting it together with that. But I had been larger before, much larger before. And glad to say I'm never going back to that. When I left the last job, that's one of the, I didn't know I was going to start a channel back then, but I swore I was going to get it together with my weight because it would plateau at that job so bad. It was so, there was too much force involved. I had to force myself to eat lunch because as much as I can't normally get through a shift without eating. I don't like to eat at work. But you had to eat at that job. It was all mental. So I had to force myself to eat lunch. And then I would get off of work and I would have an hour. I would say it's an hour. It was actually an hour and a half, but it felt like an hour before the show would start. So then I would have to force myself to eat something then because it's like, yeah, I could just coast the rest of the way through the night, but it is so hard to get through a 2-hour show with no food. It can be done, but it's not fun. It gets to be, it'll be like 15 minutes into the show, the stomach starts growling and it's like, it's just going to be the rest of the show. And you can't do it. So I just forced myself to eat lunch. And I had to force myself to eat before the show and then go through the show, which I don't have to force myself to go through the show, but sorry, water. And it was too much force. So no matter what I did, and then I wanted to like eat, healthy things when I wasn't working, so I did that. And I would always plateau at 110. And one of the things I promised was that I was going to go below that. I don't want to be 110. I want to be less than that. I'm just checking the battery power, and I don't know what the audio is picking up. I recorded something before this, and I'm not sure which audio was working, and it did kind of sound grainy. Thanks for the likes. So I don't know if the audio is like if there's a hiss or anything, but what it is doing for me, it's making the brain and the laptop think, so it makes this little whirring sound, and you might not be able to hear it, but for me that's just the way it sounds whenever I am at Pilled. And let's not say anything else more about Pilled. How long have I been sitting here? Just about a half an hour. I need to wash my hands. I've been touching this thing. I'm at my hand washer. Give me I don't know. I'm not gonna change anything. Y'all just hang out for I don't know, 10, 15 seconds. I'll be fast. Oh, okay, yeah, that wasn't bad. Maybe because I went to Walmart earlier. If I touch anything that I brought back from the store, it still feels dirty. I don't like that. But yeah, how's everybody doing today? I sort of assume we're kind of all in the same time zone, but it's okay if you're not. But yeah, how's it going? It's like the middle of the afternoon. It's still kind of early. It's like 2:30, 14:30-ish to, well, I've got a, hold on, 14:38. I use a 24-hour clock. That still does not look straight. Oh, I guess it's straight. What happened was, I, accidentally learned, oh, this is my favorite one. I accidentally learned how to read a 24-hour clock. I used to have a watch that just had the military, extra numbers on there back in my late teens. And then in 2015, when I started hanging out with folks at Anthony Vincent Music, this is going to be in videos coming up, but when I hung out with the folks at Anthony Vincent Music on Facebook, they're all from Europe. Every single last person is from Europe. I swear, it's Germany, it's France, it's the Netherlands, it's the UK, it's Poland, it's Bulgaria. Did I say Spain? Everybody was like 6 and 7 hours ahead of me, and they were all younger too, like 18, 19, 20. So I don't know what they're taught over there. So they're like, is it AM? Is it PM? So I just started using the 24-hour clock with them, which is fine. And then when I went over to Europe, I set my phone to the 24-hour clock, because that's what they have. And then I was on the plane when I came back. And why does it take a solid half an hour? Let me read the chat room. Oh, hello, I bitch slap Satan. Oh my god, it's so... Well, Lisa, you live... Wait, 10? I don't know, that's somewhere in the ocean. I don't know. It's somewhere. Nice. Sorry, just reading the chat room. Yeah, no, literally. I mean, I do exaggerate time. I am one to exaggerate. But I know how much time things do take. And there's no reason why leaving and landing at JFK, just taxiing, 30 minutes, like 25, maybe, at least 30. And I'm thinking, like, I could have driven myself to wherever the F we're taking off from. Like, I could have kept the rental car and just like, why? I don't know. Maybe it was just that one flight. I don't know. Like I was going to be late. But, driving around. Okay, I saw it. I saw the airport driving up. I saw it driving up. I can look at it on my map right now. I can look at Google Maps right now and see the actual effing airport where we're at right now. You don't have to keep driving around. Just get me over the effing ocean. That's how long it takes. So when we landed, and after another half an hour of sitting on the plane while we drove around in circles, I tried to set my phone back to regular time. I really did. I didn't like the way it looked. Maybe it was because it was evening. It had to have been around 6 p.m. The sun was still up. And this was in October, to give you a time of year. It was right after the new year. I didn't like how it looked, so I left it on the 24-hour clock, and I never went back. And one of the best things you can do when you use the 24-hour clock is, if you are stuck working around people, if someone asks you the time, tell it to them in military time. And I can almost guarantee you they will stop asking you what time it is. And then I think we can use a little bit more light. Hold on, my eyes are getting better. Okay. This is such a delicate balance. Hold on. I know this is the most captivating live stream. I've actually got to get the, oh, thanks, Lo. Yeah, let me get the charger just a second. Oh, no. Okay, now where is this going to go? Because this is the same device I watched the show on. So what's going to happen if I do more live streams? Well, what happens is lately, this last week or so, yeah, military time. The one thing is I don't know, I don't say it the way, like, I don't, like, 500 hours. I don't say it that way, but I'll write it that way. I'll write it the way, I saw it written in the Netherlands. That's the darkest it goes. Oh, God, that's so bright. Hold on. You plug in the charger, and then the brightness goes up, and I think it's because I'm streaming. It won't let me make it go down. Oh, go down, down, go down, down. Oh, no, it's going up, down, down! Oh, God. Okay, that's better. Jeez. Anyway, that's a me problem, not you. Archie's Ghost, hello. How's it going? Oh, cool. Yeah, you can, I don't know if you want to sit and listen to me talk about whatever. Anyway, getting back to what I was saying, I get nervous before the shows now. So at 6 p.m., I stop absolutely everything I'm doing. Is that charging? Plugged in. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I have to stop it. Like if I'm writing, no matter what I'm doing, I have to stop, do everything, start just gearing up for the show. And then, oh God, what are they, like 7 hours ahead? Pardon me. Yeah, so if I do future live streams, it would start at afternoon Eastern time, and then if I'm too dark too, let me know. I don't know what this is gonna. I'm trying to do this in a way that doesn't hurt my eyes. Yeah, if I do go live, it will be in the afternoon. And then, I am rather dark. How can I've got an idea. Hold on. No help. Be right back. I'm learning. Trial and error. It's fine. It'll be fine. It's 4 hours ahead from New York. Wow. Wait, no. Ahead. AM! Oh my God. Yeah, oh my God. I love my flawless vision. AM. Wow. Okay, yeah. Anyway, I don't know what I thought before. So yeah, if I do future live streams, it would be between the noon, after noon, and definitely heading things up before, way before 6 o'clock, because this thing needs to charge back up. And then I am doing now, this is a very, very retro thing to do, but I've been showing up to the chat room early. I used to be there at 6:54 p.m., but now I'm showing up at 6:45. Just to see, just to kick it there. That used to be the thing to do. The thing to do used to be to show up early. When we went to Zadal's, which started at 9 p.m. Eastern time, that was only 2 days a week. I would be fighting with this disc. And then that became not the thing to do. I'll get into that. Probably when I talk about that, that time. That'll be early on. Where am I at? Okay, and then one day when when my vision gets better, maybe I can just go full blast and get the ring light and do that whole thing, and have to worry about the makeup thing, but which I'm not. Clearly not. Okay, yeah, just making sure everything's still going good. How long have I been sitting here? That's not so long. That's not so bad. Let me get this. I gotta get it taped just right, so I can't see that emoji, but I can see the time. Great. Laptop's a little bit too bright. That's okay. Alright. So, moving ahead. I think I'm like halfway through these. And then, like, in the spirit of, the show, I could not see myself sitting here for longer than 2 hours. I would feel, that's just not right. That's just not right. Why does anybody need to go live for more than 2 hours unless you are, streaming a video game, or you're, somebody like, honestly, if somebody like, Great Still Plays were to do live anything, he could sit there for the entire day, and as long as he just talked, I would sit there and watch it. But I don't know. I'm never, as much as I am on YouTube, I'm not, what's it called? I haven't joined any pages. I don't have like the membership stuff for Gray. I don't know if Frank does that. I'm not signed up for that. I don't get any of the. I'm not signed up for any of the extras through any of the channels I follow, and that's not to knock anybody. They all deserve your support. It's just me financially, as much as I would like to get that extra content, it's not the best way to go for me personally at this time, even though I am very interested in the additional Gray content. That man is so funny. And yeah, I really hope I do see everybody at the show later on. I realize this is such a odd time to do anything at all. I have no idea what anybody does with themselves when they are not at the show. I assume folks have, families and obligations and jobs and like physical places to go to that are not the internet. Can't relate. But what is that? It's got to be the lighting. And then I had thought about Collins. If I don't know how I could if I would have to get a like a burner phone. I can't give out my own personal phone number. I would let people call in just because I know I'm going to get folks saying absolutely anything, like even vulgar stuff. I might have to do special settings, but I know I'm going to get people being inappropriate, girl on the internet. I understand. Did I do this one? I think I did. Yeah. Yeah, and I had thought, because I do my usual setup where it's, you could see, well, you got my Ray Still Plays shirt there, but it's just all that white. I can't look at that. And if this is 2 hours long, and I'm going to sit back and watch it, because I'm sure I will, I had to have a darker background, so that's why I got that, and I might keep it that way. And I rent, so I can't just paint a wall. Like, oh, did you see, this would have had to have been the last weekend, quite frankly, but there was the guy on the show, with like the dude space in New York, and it had like those dark green walls. That was so easy on the eyes. Guys have the best colored stuff. They know dark colors and like dark wood, and it's no pink and glitter and lights and sparkling and guys just know how to design spaces. But yeah, if I had a burner phone, I could say call into not to say names. There was another. I know I'm squinting a bit. It's getting kind of bright. Hold on, let me see if I can. That's the other thing. I'm gonna have to rest my eyes after this while the laptop charges back up. But one of the other Franklys does has his own channel, and he lets people call into his show. I think they just straight up call his house, which that's his own business. But I would have to have a burner phone to say call into that. I don't need to have everybody knowing my home phone number. It's different when you're calling into. Quite frankly, he's a professional fella, and yeah, I wouldn't have called into the show if I didn't trust the guy, and it was way overdue. I don't think I had called in since like 2019, and that was with an old phone number. And then what had happened was, right around sometime after that, within that year, I believe Frank had Skype, and then everybody's phone numbers got erased. And then for the longest time, people would call back in, yeah, this is so-and-so. You have my number, Frank. How come you're asking me who this is? And Frank's like, the numbers got erased. So that went on for a while. And then now he has, I don't know what the system he has now is so silly. He's like, he can't rename people on it, which makes no sense to me. Yeah, exactly, Bobby. I know exactly that's going to be the very first phone call I get. I'm going to get Mark Swan's going to call me up, and that's all the phone calls I'm going to get are just going to be vulgar and. Wait a minute. Why is that like that? When I got this, it had been dropped on its side, so it's nothing to return it for, but there was some bending, and then this must have been the disc that got the brunt of it. It's not cracked or anything, it's just not pristine, but it's, again, don't need to return it for that. Yeah, the discs look fine. But yeah, if I didn't finish that thought, any live streams I do will be keep it 2 hours, under 2 hours, and then it would definitely end by 6, but would go live after in the afternoon. It's fine. Just to work out. It kind of depends. You guys are actually... you could give me a call right now, Lil. Actually, I do have my I got my phone right here. If you do want to call, you can. I mean, I'm not saying you can't. If you don't mind, it's whatever you say is going to be. If you don't mind people hearing you talk, I don't know how it's going to come through, but you can give me a call if you want. And then there's the whole. Actually, you guys are kind of helping me out. I mentioned the weight before. What it is, I'm getting myself back down to the weight I'd like to be at, and I've got this one last pound hanging on for dear life, like a cartoon. It's like a cartoon, like the fingers keep falling off, and then they're just hanging on by the pinky, and the pinky stretches out to hold them on. That's how this one last pound is hanging on. And I can't fast on a day there's a show because I already went into that. So I can't fast again until the weekend. No, I can't even. I got something to do on Saturday, so it'd have to be on Sunday. Hold on, I've got a phone call. Hello?
Hey.
Hey, is this Low Runway?
It is? You have me on speakerphone?
I do. I don't know. I don't know if the chat room can. I don't know where the microphone is on this new camera. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh.
Your first live call in?
Yeah. You're my first caller. Thanks for calling into the show. Oh my God.
I love it. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's a little bit warm. How you doing?
It's warm as hell here, girl. It's hot.
It is.
Yeah, I went to the doctor's and everything today. I jumped into your live stream a little late. You was talking about your eyes, but yeah, so I missed the majority of whatever you said beforehand, but I'm like, oh, there she goes.
Yeah,
You're looking good. You're looking good. I love it.
Yeah, if I wasn't gonna. If I do look sweaty, it's moisturizer. It's just Pond's. I don't sweat. No, it is kind of warm, and then with everything.
Is this a dewy what all the kids go for these days?
It's well, since everybody kind of looks so swollen these days, they're gonna look dewy. So yeah, they're just gonna
You ain't
um
lying.
uh people look like they're glowing.
Yeah.
There we
Yeah.
go. It's a nice way to put it. Okay.
That's right. Yeah, and if they don't, they put stuff on their face to make them look like they're glowing. And I like the matte look, so.
Yeah, it's
But yeah, I figured we could record my nickname and how it happened. Would you like me to tell you now, or do you want me to do it on another day?
If you could, for the audio quality, I would say like record it on your phone, like whatever device you have is the best quality, and then like you can like send it to me or even send it to Frank, or I mean like I'll find a way to put it somewhere because I want that. Like even if I go ahead and say do like I could release a series of videos like, hey, here's so and so talking about this. Here's this person from the chat room talking about that. And then like I could put those together and that way it would be like Frankly's in their own words talking about stuff from the chat room. Like that would be wild. Like I could do something like that.
Right.
I would incorporate it somehow.
I
Yeah.
wonder if I mean, it was so, what was it, like 6 years ago, 7 years, maybe 5, 6 or 7 years ago, I told that on, that was like when they were like, who is this? Why are you going the wrong way? And I'm like, oh boy, here we go. Hold on.
That was the
I wonder if we
best.
can find it.
It like I don't know if it still exists because the way Frank has had to take things down, I honestly don't remember the date. But it's like the best origin story for a handle that we've ever had. Oh my God, Legacy Rat, Chris Farley forever. But it was. And you told it so well. You told it so well. It's you're a better storyteller than me. So it was so entertaining. Like I could see it in my head. Like just driving at night, the whole thing. So like if you can just tell the story again. You know yourself. Like just when you're feeling like it, just get it all
Yep.
out there. And it was
Yep,
so
I
good.
guess
It was
the
so
chat
concise. Yeah,
the
it's
chat will have to stay tuned. They'll have to stay tuned for the story.
yeah, and just anytime you can. No time limit on that. You can record it whenever, send it to me whenever, because this is gonna be, even if I get all the stories out. If I forget something, I will record it after the fact, like, oh, hey, by the way, this happened. So I just don't want
Yeah.
anything left out. So something like that, it can be like, hey, we got Little Broadway's origin story, dropping the video this time, check it out, that kind of thing. Hype it up.
There you go.
Yeah.
But you look amazing. I'll let you get back to your chat. Hi, chat room. Hi, everybody. I'll be back in the chat. I'm popping in and out, but hopefully I can keep up with the convo in there. And you're looking great. You're looking good.
Oh, thanks, honey. You
Yeah,
sound
girl.
you sound amazing.
Love ya.
Love you too.
Bye.
Talk to you later. All right, bye. Oh my God. Oh, whoops! Didn't mean to call her back. I don't know how to use a phone. So I don't know how to use a phone. God, I'm on the internet. Why would I know how to use a telephone? But Patrick, hello. Yeah, I just gotta. I've known her, like she said, 6, 7 years, and I've been doing this for 9 years. So hold on, water. A little bit humid, but yeah, Legacy Rant. He would back in the Zadalza days, he would call in, and it was literally Frank. Okay, hey, Legacy Rant. And Legacy would just bam, just right away, just go into like this whole freestyle rap that I don't know if it just comes to him just then, if it took him 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and it would go on and on and on. He'd talk about Frank and the show and the people in the chat room and stuff that's going on in the world and Chris Farley forever, and just right off the cuff like that. It's the wildest thing. I did one freestyle rap one time in the mid-90s in front of my friends. That is it. That's as close as I can come to it. So the fact that people can actually like do that blows my mind. And he knows his stuff when it comes to rap. It's not like he's just some random guy. There he is. There's Swanee. Yep, yeah, knew that was gonna happen. Okay. Yeah. Ark Swan lives in right next to Dorothy Gale or somewhere in Narnia or somewhere over the rainbow in a time zone that I don't know. Like for him, the show starts at 6 p.m., and that doesn't make any sense. I don't think they have their clock set right where he lives. Because the show doesn't start at 6, it starts at 7. Yeah, no, that's my only hang up. I do like to travel. It considering how tired it makes me, I would only like to travel with other individuals, but I have no problem traveling into the future. I would go to Scotland in a second. I would go to Europe again. I just want to drive around. The Dutch drive just like me. Yeah, we're Central Time +1, huh? That's okay. That no problems traveling into the future. That's fine. But then if I go like I am in the Eastern Time Zone. If I go west, I'll be in a different time zone. And then the show comes on, and like the sun is still. I can't wrap my head around that. How can it be so bright? And it would be like watching the show in Hawaii. If it's, yeah, that is 1800. Yep, sure is. Yeah, it's fun to see. The 7 o'clock hour because it's like 19, so it feels like years. So it's like 1930, 1940, 1959, and. Oh, hello, Chadia. Flash? Oh, nothing to flash. If I sit up before, I'm wearing shorts. You might have seen some leg. But, how long is this taking? I'm like halfway through the DVDs. I've been sitting here for an hour. This is going well. Honestly, how did that? Let me see something. I will figure out how that mark got on there. What is that Zulu time? I feel like I used to know that and then I've forgotten it. Can you refresh my memory? I have this phenomenal long-term and short-term memory we've established. Considering I never got off topic once in the hour I've been on. And then I keep looking at these, just the way the light is, it gives me a reflection that makes it look like they're crooked, so I have to keep checking them and rechecking them. And, yeah. Just a second, I've got some orange juice over here. It's in a cup. I never keep any, no open containers around the electronics. That's a rule. 4 hours ahead of New York. Yeah, thanks, Legacy. Awesome. Glad you got to stop in. Yeah, so like I've watched the show at 1 a.m. I cannot imagine watching it at 6 p.m. or 5 p.m. or 4 p.m. or if you're in Hawaii, you're the same distance away that I was when I was in the Netherlands. So that's a 6-hour difference. I cannot imagine. And then there's people who, don't get me wrong, there's folks in Australia who watch the show. And it's always Saturday there. And it's always like 10:30 or 11:30. It's never... They must do... I don't know if they're just saying it at a weird time or if they do the time zones weird. But it's... Why is the show starting at 7? Pardon me with my hand in my face. Why is the show starting at 7? And then these people are like, oh, it's 10:30 here. It's 11:30, a.m. here. They must... I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking at it at the wrong time. Yeah, okay, yeah. So Lil's been around for a while. If you remember Legacy's Ranch, she's been around for a minute. That is old school. And he's a busy guy. That's why he's not around. He does have the family and the life. I don't need to tell you about his personal life. But yeah, he's a cool guy. I would like to meet Legacy. He does not live far from me. But it is in that Central Time Zone, I think. I don't know. I don't know much about his state, except Chris Farley's from there. That's why, and who doesn't love Chris Farley? I'm not gonna, like, yeah, okay, you can make fun of people being overweight. You can make fun of people being on drugs and overdosing. I have done the same thing. It's not about that. It's not about that. You know, we all die of something. The man was a comedian, but he was not a joke. Anybody who wants to speak with people, who wants to make people happy and feel just even a little bit better in their day, like, you should hope and pray you have just a sliver of what Chris Farley had. This man, here's a guy, 8:07 p.m. Yeah, that's right. You're in the UK. Whereabouts? Like, you're in, like, England, like proper England. Like, you're not in Wales or Scotland or Ireland, are you? I mean, you don't have to tell me your exact town. I don't need your address, Patrick. I just wanted to get, since, since the UK is such a small place, I can kind of keep it all in my head. It's, like Scottish folks, oh, where you're from? They give a town. Oh, and every Scottish person seems to know every single town in Scotland. It's small enough they should. I understand driving there is bad with traffic, but it's so effing tiny. For example, the Netherlands is only, looks to be about half the size of Ohio. It's fun, that's fine. But yeah, getting back to what I was saying. If you just want to make people happy, even the slightest bit, you should want to have what Chris Farley had, because that man, like, there are other great comedians, don't get me wrong, and thanks for all the likes. This is a guy who, I've never tried this. I've never, if I don't feel like laughing, I just won't watch anything funny, but okay, just straight up England. Awesome. Great. You are powerless, absolutely powerless when Chris Farley is around. This man will make you laugh no matter what. For any reason. You might laugh at him just because he's a big guy falling down. You might laugh at him because of something he said. Maybe he just moved funny and he made you laugh. But there are other great comedians, don't get me wrong, who can make me laugh and cry. But if I'm on a point, just one single person, like this dude can just walk into a room, and I don't know, like, how fast it can happen, 30 seconds. But you're going to be crying, you're going to be laughing, you're going to have some kind of positive emotion come out of yourself, no matter what, whether you want it to or not. You could have just watched your entire family die, but then Chris Farley comes in the room, and like 60 seconds later, like you might still be crying, but you're smiling too. That kind of funny. I'm not saying I'm like that. Nobody else has that. Nobody else will have that. But he does. And if any of us can just have not even to just be funny, just to make people, just to cheer folks up, we should all want that. And I'm not saying we all gotta be comedians. We don't always have to be clowns and entertain people. I'm not saying that. Be yourself. If you don't have anything, nice to say, don't say anything at all. But I don't know, I think there's something in all of us that does want to cheer other people up. And we just don't like seeing people down. And, the way he can just do it seeming so effortlessly, no stutter. Like, I would love to just have a sliver of that. Just to, that's kind of my thing. I don't like to see anybody upset, even thanks, Lisa. It's true, Bobby, it's true. It started, I was the only person from my state. It was folks from, I just knew, Europeans, and then it's people closer to Frank. He has people in his town that watch, people, one guy from Italy called into the show. Australians come in. I think somebody called in from Japan. Do you remember Porno Doug from the Philippines? Him in the Philippines is everywhere. But yeah, I found that at my last job. I didn't care for folks there. Not ever. I'll be honest with you. It was not a good place. But there was one lady I had to deal with, and she was just going through something. And I didn't care because it's like, woman, you've got one problem. I've got every other. I can't see to do my job. You're crying about one issue in your life. Go get your violin and play me some Paganini. I didn't say that. I just thought it. But she's going through her thing. She's upset, and I just as much as part of me just did not care. Another part of me just really wanted to cheer this girl up. I'm just saying stuff being sympathetic and just I wasn't telling jokes. It was not a place I could tell jokes in. They were not funny people. But there was just something in me that wanted to cheer this girl up, and I was like, why do I want to cheer her up? I don't even like her. But I was like, maybe I'm just a good person. But I had that stuck with me all day. Yeah, see, Lil Wrongway remembers Porno Doug. He was, I'll tell you, the last time I remember him being around was I kept teasing him that he needed to make the parody porn for, what was the last one? Star Wars, the Rise of Skywalker? The one after The Last Jedi. That one. I was like, yeah, where's my parody porn of that? Let's get, who are you going to cast for Adam Driver? Can I see him first? Got any pictures of him from the back? That's what I was teasing him about. So that's around the last time we saw him. So that would have been 2019, 2020-ish. No, that was, because the movie came out at the end of 2019. I actually did go see that in the theater. 2019. I don't know if this will come up in a video. Oh, what happened? Not gonna really get into Star Wars, original trilogy, prequel trilogy, sequel trilogy kind of a thing. But what happened with the last movie was, I was not a Star Wars fan when I first found, quite frankly, and then I got into it because honestly, all of the hate for The Last Jedi got me into, all the reviews and stuff got me into it, and then there is additional content, fan fiction, and then there's Reylos out there. They ship Adam Driver's character with Daisy Ridley. I kind of don't see how. Yeah, he would still be filming it. Yeah, it's production hell. I hear you. Staying right on topic. I need to remember. I need to pick and choose when I look at the chat room because I lose my train of thought. But yeah, Toxie, she did. She's called in. I feel like she's called in within the last year, but she did kind of call in more regularly. And then I believe she was in the Gilded. She may still be there now. Apologies for drinking water. But yeah, Toxie, she, I don't know if she's still watches, but I would assume she's still around and catches the show, even though she hasn't called in. Yeah, she was cool to, just to hear. Great, I wish I had an accent. That would help out the voice so much. But yeah, a great UK accent. Oh, not UK, from England, to be specific. I'll be honest with you, I can tell an English accent apart from Scottish, but I can't really quite pick out, say, an English accent from Welsh. I'm working on it. It's a bit hard. I've got a few good examples. I've got Richard Burton, I've got Anthony Hopkins, but and Terry Jones, but I haven't learned that one yet. And then I know I was talking about something before, and making a point about Star Wars. Yeah, okay, what happened was I watched other media before I had watched the Star Wars Episode 9. And it was a movie. It's not a bad... It's not The Last Jedi. I'll put it like that. Watching the movie, having a good time. I was getting into it, enjoying it, all that stuff. It looked like Daisy Ridley had lost even more weight, so more weight, like maybe it was like 3 or 5 pounds, but she looked slimmer in that last movie, just you could see it in the face. And then at a certain point, it got to, like, there was just a literal break, because what they were doing in the movie was exactly something in a story I had read or saw somewhere online. And so it took me completely out of the movie. So all of a sudden I felt like I was watching like YouTube or reading the internet instead of in a movie theater that I just paid to see. And so that kind of took me out of it, and I had to put that away. And it just, I don't know. I think I've only seen that movie once. Yeah, yeah, Patrick. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't think you were here earlier when I was talking about Richard Burton. Yeah, that makes sense. And that, yeah, what was it about the chat room, Lisa? Because I don't know what it's like to, show up and have it already be like that. So it's, it started out with me, there was a chat room, on Ustream, and there was, the way they did things that I've tried to stick with. But I don't know what it is like to find when there's like more than, like I showed up and it was like 5 people for the longest time. Like 10 people was a literal crowd, and so I don't know what it's like to show up to the show and have it be like bigger than that. So that's why I'm interested. I would love to have folks, if there was a way for them to submit stories, like typed video, like videos would be best. Just talking about how they found Quite Frankly, because I'm gonna be telling my story. I want to know how other people found it. It's because I assume people are just like living their lives, and they go to the show like it's part of, like, oh, I'm gonna eat dinner and then go to Quite Frankly, or I'm gonna go visiting friends and then go to Quite Frankly, or oh, I'm gonna go to this lovely picnic with my family, and then for dinner I'm going to go to Quite Frankly. Like, I don't, if it's like that for other people, I can only imagine. I'm just pulling scenarios out of my head. I don't know what it's like for you, but I would love to know what that's like, how other people incorporate the show into their lives. Like, if they do make it a priority, if they're like, no, I have to go, I can't have drinks with you tonight, I've got to go to Quite Frankly. Like, no, put your clothes back on, the show's on. Maybe in a couple hours, not right now. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if somebody was planning to jump off of a bridge and then they got a notification that Frank was live. They're like, well, let me give it 2 hours. Maybe life's worth living. Just hopefully nobody's that far off. But oh, cool. Yeah, man, take it easy. Have a good one, Lil. It is early. It's yeah, there's no way I'll do this for more than 2 hours, so it's we still got some time here. I do want to. Yeah, a lot of people find through Amazing Polly. Is she the lady who like her house burned down a few years ago? One of them did. It was, oh, that's terrible. But it was one of these girls that does have a following, and then they have been on Quite Frankly. A lot of folks have found Frank through them, so like that's cool. And I don't mean to sound like I'm talking bad about any of the guests. I never. Frank is the only current event show I watch. I don't watch the news. I don't go to news sites. If it comes up in my recommended, I will, tell YouTube to not recommend that channel. So it's not like like, oh, well, so and so said on this channel, I'm gonna see what Frank says about this event on this channel. I just don't do that. Oh, Grateful Guy, hi. Right, yeah, like, shut up, the show's on. Like, no, like, sorry, officer, you can't pull me over right now. Yeah. We are kind of a rude. Yeah. She does some. I like when she's been on the show. Amazing Polly. Hi, hello. Yeah, it's Oh, awesome! Yeah, 2019. Yeah, because she's been around for a while. We've had folks will randomly come in, to this day, and they'll be like, "Hey, it's my first live show. I heard about this on another show." They're kind of you can tell they're nervous when they're typing. You can tell, and like, "Oh, hey, come on in, sit down." So that is so cool. But yeah, it's just 'cause not to give away too much of what's going to be in the videos, but I did find, quite frankly, through Zadalza, and I found Zadalza through Anthony Vincent, and I found Anthony Vincent through 10-second songs, and I found 10-second songs through YouTube. It was honestly just one day it was a random recommendation I checked out, and life has never been the same, to put it mildly. I don't know what orange juice does for my throat. I think it's making things more scratchy. It just seems to be just as bad for you as drinking milk before you sing. But I drink orange juice almost every day. I have at least one serving. Especially when I go out, the vitamin C's got to be good for me. It keeps me healthy. So I say. Yeah, Grateful Guy. I've noticed you haven't been around. I mean, that's okay. Yeah, it does help to have the balcony, and I've got to get the time frame for when we exactly got that. Because we used to be able to smoke inside the studio, and it was fine. We didn't need a balcony. And then suddenly there were more and more people, and you could hear it being installed. They were banging on the wall. Frank was flipping out. I've never seen him get that mad. I've seen him get mad, but like he hasn't been quite that mad, but he was mad for that. Can I put my leg up here? I don't know. I gotta stretch out. I don't usually sit this way this long. I'm usually... Like, if I was sitting straight, I could be sitting straight, but I'm sitting on the end of the bed here. It'll be fine. I'll recuperate. Let's see, we'll end this about 4, and then 4 and 5 I can chill. And 6, I'll get nervous for the show. And then I will just show up for the show. And everything will be right with the world. And see, this could have happened yesterday, because this thing that I ordered was supposed to come. Yeah, vitamin C, man. It's honestly too hot. I've got these, they're jean shorts. And these only fit me when I'm very small. I would never wear these outside. They're too short for me. Like, this is as revealing as I get. I'm a very shy person. But yeah, so well, we had just a balcony for a while. And then this was during a glorious time when everyone was on YouTube before the divorce. So I could see everyone every day. And then it got to a point one day where there were 6,000 people, quite frankly. And that's when we had to expand the balcony into a wraparound. We had to move the hot tub out onto the balcony. And then that took about a month to get everything built and expanded out. But ever since then, we've had the balcony. And then there are hooks on the wall to hang up pants that nobody ever uses, so it always happens. You walk into the chat room, you see that big pile of pants on the floor. I did have my hair down earlier. If it was not so hot, it would be down. But then I'll just sit here and sweat. It's a force. Oh my god. So yeah, so we've had the balcony option ever since, so anybody can smoke anything at the show, and Frank does not get in trouble if you're so inclined. Don't do drugs. Actually, don't smoke cigarettes. You can smoke almost anything else, but don't smoke cigarettes. and I'm gonna not touch on this topic too much because I'll start swearing, but two Franklies we could have lost in a year to cigarettes. Want to swear so bad. Like, if you smoke, stop. Just stop it. I don't care what you have to do to stop. I don't care if you have to cut off your thumbs. Just stop doing it. Just stop doing it. If I know you, you're not allowed to smoke cigarettes anymore. I'm not dealing with anybody else dying. I went through that once, and I'll put it all in a video. You're not going to put me through that again. So if you smoke cigarettes, I will slap that out of your hand. I don't care if we're standing in front of your mother. That does not fly. Getting that's why the hair's up. I just started sweating. Right, thank you. Yeah, you can smoke crack, but not cigarettes. Outside. Don't smoke your crack inside. Go out, take it out on the balcony. God. Oh, coconut water. Do they have, thank you, Grape. Do they make coconut water that doesn't taste like coconuts? I'm allergic to, like, I can drink something in it if I can't taste it. Coconut gives me migraines. Yeah, thank you, Grateful Guy. Yeah, he's already on board. He's never going to die. Thank you. That's one less person I have to worry about. And I could blame it on the fact that, you know, again, I did start out, I was the oldest person around, and then suddenly along the way I became, at a time I was the youngest person around, and then now we have Zoomers who watch, so I'm not the youngest. Let me try some more light. Hold on. Maybe it's just my age, or because everybody I know is older than me, but it's not okay for people to just vanish for a while. Pardon me. And then come back around. Oh, hey, yeah, sorry I wasn't around. I was just dying at the hospital because body parts stopped working because I can't put down the bundles of sticks. I want to use the English word for cigarettes, but I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. So we'll just call it a bundle of sticks. That's the definition. But, you know, see, now if I could pull an English accent, I could get away with so much slang that English folks would just, American folks would just maybe would not get. Just trying to get away with swearing more. You know how it is. We had to do the pseudo swearing in the Ustream days. And then Frank was like, hey, if we go to YouTube, we'll have less censorship. And yeah, you know, 2016, that was a lovely thought to have at the time. And it was true. We could swear. We could say our 4-letter words. We didn't have to shut the front door. We didn't have to, holy shipwrecked son of a ditch digger. Didn't have to do that anymore. I didn't know how to spell the word pseudo. I had to look that up back then. I'm like, oh my God, I know this is called pseudo swearing. I gotta look this up. Now I gotta, more work for me. Yeah, so then we went over to YouTube, because, it was Frank's decision. It's his show. Went over to YouTube for less censorship. Yeah, and then like some of this stuff, it's just, you know, again, everything's going to be in the videos. When I talk about the chat room stories, I will expand on most of the stuff I'm talking about here. This is honestly, I'm clearly just talking to myself. Hey, put that cigarette out! Outside with that, buddy! Yeah, it's literally just me talking to myself. Like, this is what being on camera is like. It's the oddest thing, and I'm sure I mentioned this before, but when I first got used to the camera, something had happened. Rather than being able to type every day, I could not use my right hand. I was freaking out. But I had the tablet at the time, so I was upset. I was crying. I just recorded my thoughts. It was like 20 minutes long. But then the next day, I could use my hand. I'm like, cool. But I was like, wait, because I wasn't Facebook Anthony Vincent Music. I wasn't that, and that was around the time we were going to be making videos in that room. So I wanted to get used to the camera, and then. The way I started practicing, I was like, hey, let me just film myself for 5 minutes every day, and then play it back and watch myself, see what I'm doing right, see what I'm doing wrong. I'm not the type to be on camera. But that's how I learned. And I would just sit and talk, because I'm like, what am I going to talk about? What's so interesting about me? I'm like, well, I'll just talk about what happened on Facebook. So that's what I did. And I was able to just keep it 5 minutes. I wish I could do that now. I can't do that anymore. I did it for a month, 30 days. And it was so awkward because you've got the camera. It's equipment. It's just honey and lemon and warm water. I like that. See, what I've done, I didn't mean to do this, but hold on, I don't think I cleaned my glasses before I started. I put my honey in the cup, then I put the hot water in before I put the tea bag in for some reason. I'm like, that smells good, though. I didn't drink it like that, but now that you said that, I'm going to try it like that, because I do have a ton of honey. Cheese and crackers. Yeah, cheese and crackers. Darn it's a good one, since it's not really a swear. Darning is just a sewing. I like that one. Shucks. Because it's got that sh at the beginning. It sounds like you're going to say something else. You know what's a good swear word? I'm not going to say it. It's actually really not a swear word if you're in Scotland. It's honestly just a word for a fellow human being. Starts with a C. It rhymes with bunt. Now, this is a word I learned you can use to say almost to people's faces, because when you say it, your lips don't even move. And at the time, I was working at a place where I had a loud air conditioner right behind me. So when the people turned away, I could call them that word. They couldn't hear me. They were looking at me. They couldn't see my lips. So that's one of the best swear words to use. You can use it when you're driving, too, I guess. I don't know if it carries quite that way. Because I do... Well, the Dutch do drive like me, the Americans do not, so I hate to call it road rage because I'm driving correctly, but other people are not, and so I will holler things, but then I'm also driving with my windows down and the music up, so I don't know if they can hear me. Thank you. It is the best word, and I love that it's everywhere in Scotland. Not older folks will not use it, but somebody my age, you talk to them, they call you that word. It's just a word for a person. It has multiple uses. Yeah, son of a biscuit eater. Oh, it's an FAG is an acronym. Okay. That makes the Film Actors Guild acronym even funnier. Yeah. Yeah, so it's but yeah, this is what I did before. It's just like that 5 minutes of practice. It's a tad bit light. Hold on. Okay. Basically just doing that, and it's since I do just spend so much time just sitting and thinking, it's just saying that stuff out loud, and I don't know. It's I don't know if you have to have some kind of ego to think people want to see you. I don't think anybody wants to see anything. I just do things. And apparently they do. I was honestly thinking I was going to... it's a great word to call a guy. Yeah, in America, if you call a guy that, it's like hurts. It's like worse than using it on somebody in the UK. No, I honestly, again, I didn't know I was going to do this when I woke up. I didn't know I was going to do this last night. Didn't know I was going to do this today when I woke up. And then I honestly thought I was going to, I didn't think it was going to start because apparently you need software to go live. I didn't know that when I put out this notification. Stuff happens fast. And then, yeah, apparently you need software. Got that all together in a half an hour. And then I think I went live on time. I would have to double check. I mean, like, you know, if it was it was within 5 minutes, so it couldn't have been that late. Yeah, I do things quickly. This was and correctly, apparently. But yeah, I went live thinking, okay, I mean, like, I planned on, like, yeah, I can sit here for 2 hours and talk because that's about how long this was going to take, so I was going to do this anyway. I didn't think anybody was going to show up. I don't know what anybody does with their time outside of 7 to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday for the show. So people have lives, they do things. I expected to sit here and just talk for 2 hours to myself, which can happen, but then frankly showed up. So it's bonus. Anything extra is... See, I look up, and this stuff is just a tad too bright, and then I look down, and this is black, and this is dark red, and then it's hard to see. Ooh, I wonder if... Now, see, all of these discs have interviews, and I haven't looked to see if, like, say, like, does one DVD have multiple, like, the same actor doing interviews multiple times? Doesn't look like it. I'm not going to go through them all. I'll find out. Oh, here. Okay, here's one. All right. Hey, that's all right. Cool. All right. And then actually what this is, since I, 6 to 8 p.m. if you're in, living next door to Dorothy Gale. Oh, your father must have been a bachelor. Oh, man. Good one. But yes, as far as what this is, it came in the mail yesterday, and I filmed myself unboxing it, and I will put that up. No, it's a longer video. I'm not sure how far it's going to fly, but it does tie into content for the channel, so I will be uploading it. Just not 100% sure. I love my stutters today. 100% sure when. Like, I don't think it's going to be the next video. Got something else, like, little in mind. Call the burn unit. I know that's right. You just killed that man. Sorry, this one is just a little bit fighting with me. Yeah, no, but I think my next video I'm gonna put out, it's gonna be a little bit more topical. Current events? I don't know how to quite... Well, I think I'm going to call it Election 2024. I'll put it like that. And I'll leave it like that. And then from there, like, I really don't, I don't have to tell you this. I mean, like, yeah, I could film longer stuff and then just, like, take the good bits and put those into videos, which would do well. Ooh, I don't like that. Or they would do okay. But, I made a promise. That's why I went on the show and said something at all. I mean, like, I could have just started this channel up just out of the blue and just started uploading stuff. But then, like, yeah, no one would have known. And then there would not have been any push to do so, no motivation to do so. Like, yeah, I can just release the stuff on my own and that's fine, but it's not 100% for me. I do intend these to, the videos, the content I'll be making to be seen by other folks in the future, so I want them to know about it. I don't want 5 years to go by and like, oh yeah, Nikki made some videos. So it's I don't want to, because I am the type, we all do this, like, oh, we say we're going to do something, and then we never do it. What about that thing you were going to do? Yeah, I was going to clown Mineverse, but then I did something else. We'll talk a big game about things we're going to do beforehand, and then never get around to doing them. Just checking the, surprised my phone's been quiet. Nobody's going live. Nobody's, tweeting. It is before 4 p.m. That's another reason to stop. Nick Lee. Quite frankly show. Yeah, well, so if the show ends at 8 p.m. for you, is it still light out then? It could be. Wow. Yeah, if I get off track, you can remind me of what I was saying. It'll come back to me. Is that even? Hold on, these all. Okay, see, now it's. Oh, I remember now. It is so warm. Oh my god. At this size, I should not be sweating this much. I'm going to check the temperature. But yeah, I could put out little videos, and that might do, some success with likes and shares and things like that. But I did promise to do the chat room stories, and then I've got anybody who cares about that to hold me accountable for it, so it wouldn't be, say, September, and then people like, well, where are the videos you said you'd release in spring? Like, oh, right. Like, no, I don't want to be that. I don't want to. If there's any folks I don't want to let down, it's the Franklies, because I've known them forever, and I honestly, I would not be sitting here. It's light in the summer when the show ends. That's the best thing, when the show is on in the summertime, and it starts at 7 p.m. Eastern, and it ends at 9 p.m. Eastern time. If the sun is not, the sun will not still be up, but there'll just be a little bit of light left in the sky. That's the perfect time to be watching the show. Even though I started watching the show in winter, the perfect time to watch it is when, like, I don't know exactly when this time starts happening. When you leave the show at 9 p.m. and there's still light in the sky, that's when you're at the show at the right time. And I can, we'll explain exactly why that is the perfect time to watch the show in a video. But just know that that's correct. It's never right watching the show in the winter time. It's so weird. It's so dark. And I say that, but when I do watch the show, this isn't up. I have to block out the windows, because then I'll get I got the TV behind me. I'll get a little bit of a reflection up top there. If I don't always look at the screen. I'm usually looking at. I usually just have the TV, or the laptop is just the chat room, and then I'll glance up at the TV to see what's going on with the show. So I don't see it a lot, but there will be that light there, so I've got to block out all the light, go to the show, and then I don't take it back down. I just never see any more light again for the rest of the day. Yeah, have a good one, Swanee. Thanks for showing up. Yeah, I forgot it's so early there. And then we got Lisa, since she like one person who watches the show, they're in Hawaii, literally Hawaii. Or wait, or they live there sometime. Anyway, so Alaska. I don't understand. The only thing. Okay, with Alaska, I know, like, they have, like, the sun a lot, but, like, do they have not the sun a lot? Because I don't like the sun a lot. I would like to be able to, like, go through the day. Not every day, but just go through the whole day with no sun, just to rest my eyes. I'm not a vampire, I just have bad vision. Just to see what it's like. I don't care for, like, I can't drive at night. I couldn't go anywhere. I wouldn't be able to do anything, but just so I don't have to deal with that sun in my eyes. That would be nice. Okay, that's enough. Charger for you. Just a second. Ugh. Yeah, shout out to my other equipment, which is usually a stack of yellow legal pads and the same hieroglyphs book, and then also the box set of Game of Thrones, the complete series. Worth checking out, even choking down the last 2 seasons. See, now I've got the darknesses. Oh, I can look at the screen now. Okay, that's so much better. Okay, actually, I need to wash my hands again. Give me the few seconds. Be right back. Oh, just touching things. Touching things other people have touched. Hands get dirty and okay. Back in it. Yeah, I don't see how Frank can do a 2-hour show. I can understand, like, I would never do this. I would never sit a person down and just talk at them for 2 hours straight. Yeah, the pills have helped out, Patrick. They have, after about a week, I'll release a proper video about this, but after about a week, actually within that first week, I did notice a difference with improvement with sleep. I was able to sleep. There have been maybe 2 nights I haven't taken the pills just because I have no problem getting sleepy. It's just I have a problem staying asleep and then going back to sleep. That's my type of insomnia. But this has helped. I can say go to bed at like 11 p.m. Take those pills before bed, and then I'll wake up at 7 or 8. Like if I'm getting more than like 5 hours of sleep, I consider that a proper night's sleep. So it's almost to the point where I have to set an alarm to make sure I get up at least by 9 a.m. And winter by the fireplace listening, right? So they have helped with that. It's again with the vision. I'm not quite sure when I get the new glasses sometime here soon. I'll know a bit more about that. But it has definitely helped out with sleep. So it's kind of at a point where, like, yeah, I do want to stick with it. I want to see if it evens me out, because I do still have nights where I don't sleep as much. But I do want to see if it evens me out with my sleep pattern. And then kind of go from there. Like, I feel like I'll really know what it's doing for me after a month. And it is a 2-month supply. So I'll definitely, by the end of that, I'll have a solid understanding of how it works. And I'm also, like, I'm not, say, like, eating and drinking weird things I normally wouldn't. I'm trying to, like, consume the same amount of calories, eat the same kind of things. So if there is a difference, I know it's just from the pills. It's not just because, like, oh, I ate at that restaurant, now I feel weird. So it's I'm not doing anything odd with myself physically. Just as a control. And then what I might do, again, just as a control study, is once I am done with the 2 months of it, I might just stop at cold turkey just to see if, like, does my body keep going with it and just pull that sleep along with it, or will I just, bam, be back into the insomnia, which is my natural state to be when my weight is low. That's not in the video. It's when my weight goes down, my insomnia comes back. That's why I've been afraid to get my weight down, since it did have it low in 2012 and 2013. But one thing I am doing this year is just facing all of my fears, and one of my biggest fears was insomnia, but I'm facing that sucker, and so far I'm kind of winning, so it's I'm feeling good about that. Yeah, that's what it was. It's I watched literally it could be weeks worth of content, like no bull. I just the hours that I put in, like the Mauler reviews, all the hate people gave for Game of Thrones, Glidus and Shift X, and so many people I do still follow. They have great opinions about it, but that just so many hours, so much dumping on that series that I watched, and then I finally just bought it just to see for myself. Because I did watch the first five, five or six. I didn't get into it right away. I got into it in 2015. Ian McShane was going to be on the show, so I got into it then. I was able to get caught up all at once. And then I did not see the last few seasons when things thinned out, let's say. Uh, it's worth it. I don't know how much I paid for it. It was worth it, even if the just to see how things ended up, to kind of form your own opinion about it. And I do intend to release a video covering Game of Thrones, since the way I view it. I do kind of want to put that all in its own thing. So that, well, I'll talk about that. There's also, I'm looking right at it. I've got it right next to Deadwood over there. I have to talk about Deadwood. That's also HBO. There must always be a Stark in Winterfell, and winter is coming. So never forget that, even though it's warm now. Like, see, maybe next time I go live, I don't know when that would be. I don't know if I would have a reason, but I would kind of like to make this a regular thing. I don't know what time or what day or anything like that, but it is fun to do. This is as much fun, if not more, than I thought it would be, and it's all because you guys showed up. I mean, if I could have just been sitting here by myself talking and left it up, and then people would have watched it back later like, this is so awkward. Who was that chick talking to for 2 hours by herself? What is she looking at? What is she doing? Look, man, I got some DVDs. I want them to look pretty in the box. And, let's see, why won't that close? Snap, thank you. It does get too much sex, and I know it's Game of Thrones, and then South Park did point this out. Anytime there's a sex scene, and like the guy moves away from the girl, he's always limp, like, oh, okay, yeah, you guys are really going at it. And I'm the type of person, I don't know, maybe it's just I've been too exposed to other things, but I cannot watch simulated sex in anything. It's too funny. I'm giggling and laughing like it's cartoons or a joke. And then they're like, oh, that's supposed to be passionate lovemaking. And it's like, no, this is silly. This is why, like, season 6 of Outlander is out. And I have sat through the first 5 seasons twice. And I say sat through because there are parts where, like, it's just them. Spoilers for Outlander. It's just them in bed together. I'm so sick of seeing that girl's tits. I don't want to see that man's back anymore. There's hotter Scottish guys. I'm sorry. He's a nice guy. I'm sure he's a nice guy. He's a Taurus. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I've seen him. He's fine. I've seen him. That's enough. Show me him from the front, or don't show me him at all, and don't show me that girl's tits anymore. I'm so sick of seeing that woman's chest. Oh my God. And that's why, like, there's like literally spaces and spaces of time in that series where it's like skip. It's just pillow talk. IDGAF. And then in season 5, oh God, there's so much I can just get into. I'm looking at my calendar right now, so yeah. Yeah, so May 12, let's do that for the election 2024. And then what I got here, I gotta have that come out. Ooh, I got 2 more Sundays in May. And then June, you know what you're gonna be getting definitely in June before spring ends. But yeah, Outlander, it's, I do have Netflix. I know it comes on Stars. I'm not getting Stars just for that show, but it is on Netflix now. I do have to go through that, because I watched all the rest of it. I like the first season. It has characters I like. It has, Edmure Tully. If you know him from Game of Thrones, don't recall the actor's name off the top of my head. I do apologize, but you know Edmure Tully. He's not that guy on Outlander. And I like when he's really not that guy on Outlander. And I like to see when actors are like, you know, like, okay, maybe they're the nice guy, the good guy in one thing, and then they're the villain in something else. When they've got range, I'm all for it. Nobody's gonna bang a guy with a limp. Yeah, there is. I like that's the thing with Right, Lisa. Right, yeah. Trains entering tunnels, or rockets blasting off. Austin Powers, the first Austin Powers, did an excellent job. They might have done the second one, but the first one they did the euphemism thing. But that is the same with Outlander. They do kind of like there is less TNA for everybody. Season 5, there are things to say about it. Things kind of come to a head, and yeah. And while we're on the subject of Outlander, the guy who played the daughter, Brianna, don't care for her, but the guy who is like in love with her, that man, oh my god, he's a Capricorn. Oh. Girl, stop. Why did I think about it? Now I gotta watch it. See, I didn't even care about Outlander. Now I gotta watch it. Oh my god, I forgot that man's in it. Oh, I hope he's in it a lot. Ooh. Oh my god. Okay, sorry. Okay, sorry. I just saw. Right, yeah, thank you. Yeah, yes, thank you. Kara, oh my god, yeah, it's. And you know, I know why. I know exactly why there's all that sex in Outlander. I know why there's all the sex in Game of Thrones. I know why there's sex in. I know why the Borgias tried to be Game of Thrones. It's all of this is for people. It's for women who will just never. I would never go to. I would never watch pornography. I would never go to Pornhub. But then you'll sit there and watch every single episode and freeze frame Jamie Fraser's ass and stare at him and think about him when you're pumping your husband. Thanks for the likes. Like, okay, you won't watch porn, but you're still eye humping this actor. Like, lady, honey, you're not better than anybody else. Come on, just go. I don't know what's there. Just type in Scottish guys and hit enter and see what comes up. I don't know what you look for. I don't know what you're looking for there. Go look up your Outlander parody porn on it. Don't watch pornography. Pornography's bad. But some people don't act like you're better than somebody else. Like, oh, well, I do this, but I don't do that. Like, oh, I vape, but I don't smoke cigarettes. Like, no, you're not better than anybody else. Hunger strike. Oh, you look hungry, sweetie. Have a sandwich. Have Subway cater the strike. Oh my god. The Boys. I have not watched The Boys. It's I think I've heard of it. Is that about like some UK guys? I swear I've heard of it. I might be thinking of something else. I have not. I don't have Amazon Prime. They tried to offer it to me. See, I'm a little bit surprised because usually when you buy something big on Amazon, they try to give you Prime for a while. Yeah, they tried to offer it to me, but this time it's like, hey, try Amazon Prime for 2 days for $1.99. Like, no. Something like that. So I don't understand. My religion's not like that. You can eat anything you want. The only 4 p.m. Hold on, that must be Gray. Yep. Gray always goes live at 4 p.m. Or just after. Well, yesterday he didn't. He didn't go live till it was like 5:30. I started to worry. Like, dude, what's going on? Okay, yeah, I must have gone live a little bit later, but that's okay. Okay, boys. Yeah, like the other place I do get current events from is, I know it's almost 2 hours, is Tumblr, and so I don't know. I didn't understand what this Fallout thing was that everybody was talking about. I didn't understand these clips of this guy with no nose, and then it's you start out your smart TV, you get all these effing ads, and apparently people are watching it on Amazon Prime. I'm like, oh, that's where all of these memes. I don't know. It's they haven't shared anything from it that's funny, so it doesn't look like a show for me. And I just don't know anything about it. Not knocking it. Maybe it's good. I just know nothing about it. I just don't know. Um, okay, yeah. Oh, it must have been out for a while, but it's been out for 2 seasons. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I haven't. Eh, I would have to see. I might check it out, see if there's actors in it that I recognize or something like that. It might be good. Who knows? I don't want to talk smack about it before I've seen it. Okay. Yeah, so, yeah, well, what's in the box? That'll be in a video that I'll definitely have the video out talking about what's in the box. If it's not, well, the next video, kind of already mentioned that. Week following, possibly, when was that? That was like, May 26th sounds perfect for it. I don't know, we'll see. It might get it the week before, but definitely in May, talking about the box. And then, let's see, June. 3 days in June when I can upload, and it will still be technically spring, so that's when you can expect to start seeing the chat room stories stuff coming out. And then as far as going live again, like I said, I just don't know. I just I had a reason to, so I mean I can try it again. It definitely won't be a daily thing, but who knows what's going, like it won't be next Wednesday. I'll put it to you like that. That's out of the question. And that, well, actually, I didn't get the exact dates because the way Frank tells when he's going to be off of the show is just so disjointed. But he did say it's not next week coming up, but the week of the 19th he's going to be off for personal reasons for some days. I mean, who knows what's going on? I might do something then, just because won't have a show to go to. But we'll see. Everything is up in the air. Nothing is. I'll put out a tweet and I'll put out a community post if something is coming up. And then, yeah, that's kind of all there is to say. I'm so glad everybody showed up. This is so cool. So thanks so much. Like, even if you were just here for a minute just to say hi or whatever, that's amazing. That's kind of the point of staying on so long, because if it was just on for half an hour, folks would have missed it. So I'm glad I did put in the time. I'm glad you guys put in the time with me too. And let's see, just a few hours before the show, so we'll definitely be seeing each other again yet today. And if you have any questions about anything that came up, I'm going to leave the live chat available for folks to watch along. This is something I will rewatch. And if you have any questions about anything, comments, of course, there's always the comment section. You can put that in there. If you want to see shorter live streams, longer live streams, you can put that in there. And any suggestions for anything at all. Like literally every single comment, all of your words help out to grow the channel. Just just something you say might give me the idea for something else to do, and then it just all keeps rolling forward. There's no reason to ever stop doing this. Literally anything can be content. It might not be great content, but it's something. It's fun to do. It really is. And yeah, have a great rest of the. I mean, it's got to be a great night. We're going to be going to the show later on. It's going to be fantastic. I hate to. I will say till next time. I never want to. The ways of dolls was you never guaranteed a next show. So that's why I was put it like that. But there's no reason why I won't be at the show later on tonight. Nothing's going to keep me out of that place outside of electrical issues. So I'm counting on seeing you guys there. And see you. I'll see you around. We're always around each other. I'm talking like we're never going to see each other again. We see each other almost every day, and then I'm uploading on the weekend. So we see each other every day. This is fine. But this was so much fun, though. I'm definitely going to have to do it again. Hopefully on a day when it's not so humid. I feel like I just sat here and sweated in front of my equipment for 2 hours. But it was fun. I'm going to rest the computer, rest my eyes, watch some Grace Still Plays. And thank you. I'm glad I started a channel too. This was my birthday months ago. Last winter I did. This was not a reality, and then I put out my first video March, April, May, 2 months ago. It's only been 2 months at this, so it's new, it's fast, but it's right, and it's fun, and it's only because you guys are here. It's I could be sitting here talking to myself all day, but if you guys don't watch the videos and like them, and same with, quite frankly, if you guys don't go to this chat room and just hang out and show up, it's just one person sitting there. So I know it's just me sitting here, but it's not just me. It's every single last one of us. So it's all of you guys. It's all of your comments. It's all of your likes. And oh, thanks. Yeah, it's I think I'm just nervous because of the heat. And I'm a bit nervous about drinking beverages on camera. Why are you eating and drinking food in front of a camera? That's something only people do. People aren't in front of cameras. People are entertainers, and I know it's so weird. But yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, Frank just started out with it'd be 5 people was a crowd. It would be like myself. One guy I knew who was at the first show I went to, another guy who was already around, so it's the 3 people right there. A couple more people showed up, 5 people, whoa, we gotta pull up chairs, we gotta, everybody put your shoes back on, we gotta. So yeah, it starts out small, so I don't mind starting outside. I never forget where I did get my start. No matter what happens, I always know I only have folks here because of Quite Frankly, and I only found Quite Frankly just because I'll talk about that in June. Yeah, and then I am bad at ending this. I'm bad at ending videos too. I get that. I'm going to work on that. I know why it is. That's an astrology thing. I start out strong. All of my planets are my first 5 houses. I can start out strong, and then most things just fizzle out and break away. Some things stay, but most things just fizzle out and break off, and yeah. So one day I'll get great at ending videos. It's not today. Might not be this week. It'll be sometime soon. I'll get it together. I've got some good other channels to watch for examples. They're over in my top channels. Yeah, pants still off. Shoes off too. It's just really warm. Yeah, Frank did bring us all together. So Frank's like our mother. Odd as that is. And then yeah. Oh, nothing. I love Capricorn people. It's I am one. The full-blown Capricorns kind of throw me for a loop because I'm on a cusp. So it's odd to see somebody who's just straight up Earth, without, we all get 10 planets. Half my planets are in air, and then I'm on the cusp with Aquarius. So I've got all this air, and literally the only Earth I have is Capricorn, my sun sign, and I've got Virgo rising. Everything else is air and water and fire. I like Capricorns though. I like that they are they're practical, and just like the even keel. They're consistent. I like that about them. And then some of them do have the ability to look quite young when they're old. I don't know, maybe it's the healthy living. And then they can't help this, but like Leo, Sagittarius, Capricorn, they're the longest lived of the astrological signs. Maybe that's why they can look young for so long. They have good bone structure too. It's not to toot my own horn, but that's where my cheekbones come from. They don't really show up on camera. I feel like I'm very far away from the camera. But if it's that good bone structure, bad knees. Alcoholics, though, they can drink quite well. They can be alcoholics and maintain, so they're good at that. And then I think that border was permanent. Okay, that's all right. Yeah, Sagittarius is fun. Sagittarius, that's when you guys can gamble. You guys have all the luck. You can gamble. You get you might have bad hips. That can happen. But then see, I don't know if it's like this for every Sagittarius. Like are there pardon, are they all pissed off because, like, okay, it starts out you have Thanksgiving and then you've got everybody's talking about Christmas all of December. So, like, is that all you hear for your birthday? Like, are you guys going to talk about me? It's like, no, it's just going to be Christmas and Thanksgiving. Like, I don't know if they'll have to go through that and they just take it in stride. uh, I don't, I didn't know you were, a girl. Okay. Yeah, this is gone. That's 2:10. That's gone long enough. So yeah, gonna shut this down. Say good afternoon to you for now. I'll definitely be seeing you this evening. And yeah, oh, this is so much fun. I'm so glad you guys came along. Thanks for the likes and thanks for your time too. I don't know what else you were gonna do. I'm glad you spent it with me. And yeah, just have a great just a little bit of time. We'll see each other again. It's goodbye for a little while. But yeah, have a great rest of your day.